All right, well, hi, I'm Karen. This is going to be my first spiritual video for 2019. And I kind of just wanted to share something that I heard earlier and just kind of put my own thoughts on it and apply it to my own life. All right. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. Anyway, so I was driving on the way home and I heard this message from Charles Stanley on Joy FM, and I kind of got inspired to do this video based off of that. He was talking about not growing in your Christian walk, and I was like, you know what, how perfect. Like, a lot of people are stuck, and probably for most people, they don't even realize they're stuck because they think what they do as far as when it comes to Christianity, they think it's normal. He was talking about people not growing in their Christian walk and giving examples of different things they could do to improve that. And I thought that it was interesting because a lot of us are living a certain way, moving in a certain way on repeat, that even before we were Christian, or maybe we grew up in a household where we were Christian and we went to church, but nothing has changed. You know, we're still doing the same things, meaning we're still sleeping around with people. We're still stealing. We're still lying and finding an excuse to make it okay. We're still gossiping and talking about other people and putting other people down. And it doesn't mean that you can't correct people, but just things like that. So I just thought that I would talk about that in this video. One of the first things he talked about was renewing your mind. And that meant reading your Bible. That meant actually thinking about the words that you're reading. Now, they're not just, oh, I just read these words and I can't personally relate to it. For me, when I read it, I think about how do those words that I just read, how does it apply to me in my current circumstances, or maybe, you know, somebody that I know, whatever the case is. There's always something you can read in the Bible that you can apply to your life in some shape or form. And he was talking about the importance of meditating on the word. And I'm like, of course. I mean, it makes sense. You renew your mind by the reading of the word, or at least renew your mind in cases, say for example, to me, renewing your mind would be when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling depressed, when nothing looks like it's going the right route, when you're quote unquote doing everything, you know, when you're doing everything correctly. And it could even be maybe you are living right, and maybe you are doing things like the way the Bible wants you to do it, but you're still bitter about how your life is turning out because you're thinking, oh, I'm doing everything right. Why is it not working out? You know, and just things like that. And that right there alone, I think some of the times can push people to not believe and have faith. But I think it's always a good question and conversation to have with God and asking him, what is it that I'm not doing? What is it that I'm not getting? What is it that's in my heart that needs to be purged out? Like, I think we really need to sit down and kind of do an inventory. And I know, like, it's the new year and everybody wants to be a new year, new me, and set all these goals. And that's great. That's great and all. But if the same thing has been happening to you last year, and it happened to you the year before and the year before, I think it's really time to like sit down and I'm talking about the same things, like things that are happening to you that are unpleasant. You're going through a lot of suffering and you're just thinking, oh, this is just my portion. This is my life. But I don't think it ever clicks to occur to us, hey, am I going through this suffering because of another reason? It's not for me to be bitter with this person. Am I going through it because maybe there's a part of me that needs to grow stronger in forgiving people? Maybe there's a part of me that's growing stronger in being able to withstand certain pressures. Is there a certain part of me that's growing and learning to be more patient and forgiving with other people because people were forgiving and patient with me? I think it's a good conversation and prayer to ask God. I think when people think of Christianity, they think they're not going to go through anything. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. You're always going to be blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. No, it is not always like that. It's not always peaches and cream. Yes, the Lord does bless, but he also corrects. He chastens those that he loves. So the question is, if you've been going through suffering and you've been going through the furnace, going through the fire, you should be asking yourself, what is it about you that God is working to correct? Because sometimes it's not always everybody against you. It's not you against the world. It's quite possible that God wants to use you for something, but he can't use you in the current state that you have chosen to remain in, that, oh, I'm just me, that's who I am, maybe that state is not who you are. And it's something to, once again, have a conversation with God, talk to him about it, ask him, are these things happening to you because, like, can he show you how to be better? Can he show you how to have a clean heart? Can he show you where to shine the light on the areas that need to be worked out in this brain of yours and this heart of yours? And the next part is going to be about sinning. Here it is. We've been in our Christian walk. Maybe we just became Christian, but we're still doing the same things the world does. We're still dancing to all the raunchiest music on earth. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. How you going to listen to evil, watch evil, play evil music? And I mean, maybe I don't know. To each his own. But I know for me, see no evil, hear no evil. I'm going to try to speak no evil. You know what I mean? It's like, those are there for a reason. And I think if we think about how to apply that to our life and our Christian walk, because a lot of times I feel like you say you're Christian, but the actions, the words, the gossiping, the backbiting, the backstabbing, or, I don't know, you being envious of other people because they have something you don't. Maybe they have a husband and a child and you don't have that. And you're jealous of that. So say, for example, you want a man right now and God's not having the man show up quick enough or on time for you. You're going to go about and do it your own way. Instead of waiting, oh Lord, is this the one? Instead of being still and waiting to hear and see if God gives you any dreams or anything like that, you go and do your own thing. Because you know you don't want to know. I've been in the same position. It's like, I wanted to know. I was curious. I was sure that, yeah, this person might be that. But I wasn't patient enough to want to wait on God to say, yeah, this is the one. No, you need to chill out. You're some scary dreams of what you're going to expect, what's coming your way. We're not still enough to wait. We do our own thing. And then when stuff turns out really bad, then we're like, oh Lord, help me. I'm feeling this way. I can't believe this is happening to me. I should have waited on you. Okay, I mean, that's fine. You found that out the first time. And the second time. And the third. But the 12th. The 20th, I think by now we ought to know that you ain't waiting on God. You're not interested in waiting on God because you want to play God. You want to have what you want right now. And maybe has it ever occurred to you that maybe you're not ready for it yet? That's why God hasn't sent you the one. You know what I mean? So it's not that you lost out on a chance before with this person because it was so perfect because you forgot all their flaws after they left. And then the other one is going to be, what are you doing to serve? Are you just a Christian that has the title Christian, but you don't do anything to serve? You don't serve in the church. You don't serve the children's ministry. You don't serve to go and volunteer anywhere and give off your time. You don't do anything that gives back. Because even Jesus, when he came, he was still serving. So what are you doing to serve? And it doesn't mean you have to go on a missions trip. All I'm just saying is there's something that you can find your hands to do, to give back, to serve, to volunteer with. There's a whole bunch of places that you can volunteer at. There's homeless shelters. There's food drives. I mean, the list goes on and on. If you search, you will find something in your area to give back to. I just wanted to kind of do this more as an inventory, to just take an inventory on your current Christian walk. Are you just Christian and comfortable in your isolation? Or are you actually doing something more? Are you doing something different? Are you choosing to step outside of your comfort zone? Are you choosing to grow as a Christian? Are you actually going to be reading the Bible for yourself instead of having somebody else read it for you? And then when Sunday is over, that's it. And that doesn't happen again until the next Sunday. These are just things to think about if you are looking to improve where you are. This is not the time to be wishy-washy. This is not the time to be straddling the fence. It ain't the time to be double-minded. The time we're living in, this is the time for you to be seeking God and asking him questions. And it's not all about bless me, bless me, bless me, provide for me. I'm in trouble, rescue me. It's like really seeking him. Imagine if you were dating somebody and all they did was call you and ask you to do this, ask you to do that, constantly asking you this and whining in your ear about all the stuff that's going wrong in their life. Man, I would be running from them quick. And I've done that. So think about it. That's not a relationship. That's just a one-sided, just somebody making you their soundboard. So the question is, if that's what that looks like, what does it look like to actually have a relationship with God? And I think we should all be exploring that. And we should all be praying to God for that. Because if you don't know how, just ask. We have not because we ask not. So what are you going to be asking for in 2019? Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell down below. So whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.